Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we are honoured to have an easy trainer selling expert in the house, named by Naseem. And he's going to tell us about how he got started in the business, why he does it, and what motivates him. Nice to have you here today, Naseem.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Unexpectedly.
So how long have you been doing this trainers for?
I say for about 2-3 years now.
Oh, so basically since lockdown.
Yeah, just before the lockdown is when I started.
Okay, so you were selling through lockdown?
Yeah, selling through lockdown.
So you was on a scooter going around?
No, I was on a bike actually. I swear it started on a bike.
Okay, you was on a bike.
Yeah.
What, bicycle or is
Bicycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get through all these little alleyways and wherever you need to get to.
For me it started like, I used to love sneakers and stuff, but then I was like, and then my boy introduced me to like, why don't you sell them? Because you know there's a real chance to make money here and whatnot. So I took the chance, and then I see at the start it was really popping. Even for everyone, whoever was doing it was making good amount of money, or decent money for some people.
What's a decent money you're looking daily? Somebody would be looking.
It depends on the shoe, because like there's quite a wide range, a broad range. So sometimes you could only make what, £20 per shoe, and then sometimes you could make up to like 200, 300 per shoe, depending on the shoe. So it depends how lucky you get.
How much work is involved in selling and buying and maneuvering
It's
around?
effort.
Yeah,
It's honestly it's effort, because sometimes it can take hours out of your day, but then sometimes it's a quick thing. You can quickly buy a shoe and then quickly find a seller within 5 minutes, but sometimes it can take days or weeks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So a buyer will come to you.
Yeah.
You will source that from someone, but
that's what I do now. Before, you'd always find me in central London trying to find the shoe for a retail price, this and that. But then once you've built clientele and stuff, you don't really need to do that anymore. You know.
Okay. What have you learned about the industry that you wish you knew when you had started?
Ooh. You know what it is? It's a risk, and sometimes you have to be prepared to take the risks, but you have to it has to be a controlled risk. So, and you always got to be prepared, because some things won't go your way, and you've always got to be on the safe side of things as well.
So what kind of risk?
I mean, sometimes you can meet up with people and things can always go sideways. But thankfully, that's never happened to me. But it's happened
so they just want to steal your trainers.
Yeah. And especially because you already knew what it was straight away. So it's something it's quite popular, would you say? Especially like.
Well, I've only learned about Easies in the last 2 months.
Yeah, but like selling shoes as a whole, it's quite popular. So when a lot of people are doing it, you're always gonna find someone who's bad in the business in a way.
So like in a drug game where you get dealers who rob
basically
dealers. Yeah, because they can't complain. Say someone stole my drugs.
Basically,
and those kind of things. So you said you were speaking about what's happened to your friends. What has happened?
No one close to me who sells shoes, but I've heard like things where people get things taken off them, and it's not just shoes. There's like wallet, phones, etc. And things get but it's normal. It's always expected. So when I first started selling, I didn't realize it got that bad, because I didn't realize how bad people can be in a way. Some people are, don't want to say this the wrong thing, but it is what it is. But you always got to be prepared. And then when I got deeper and deeper into the game, always networking and stuff like that, you meet all these people, and you meet some people, you meet some genuine people who have had bad stuff happen to them, and it sets them back a lot. You know what I mean? And I also know some people who try to do deals, but they can't close the deal because things go sideways, and then they just drop out the game because they're not willing to take that risk.
So how do you protect yourself or avoid those kind of predicaments?
I try to deal with the same people continuously, so over and over again. I'll always, if I need a specific shoe or an item, I'd ask the people who I know first and who I can trust. But sometimes you can't, and then sometimes you can verify other sellers through like WhatsApp and just asking around and stuff. So that in a way is kind of helpful. But then 9 times out of 10, if I'm gonna meet a person, it would be down in central London, or say like I'll go pick them up in my car, safe, or there's nothing wrong with going with someone else. So yeah.
So it's a lot like the drug game then.
Honestly, it is.
Because that's what it sounds like.
Because you know what it is? A lot of people will say, especially towards the drug game, they'll say, hate the game, not the player. that's with reselling as well. A lot of people dislike resellers because they feel like it's extortion prices, this and that. But then at the same time, it is and it isn't. You know, it's a hustle. So
I suppose the prices are based on the demand.
Yeah.
Just like drugs
Mhm.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Definitely.
Okay, that's interesting. Would you encourage someone else to get into the industry, and what would be your words of advice?
My words of advice would be, if you 100% have the capital to invest, and you properly understand what you do, what you're doing, and what you're about to do, then 100%. Because there are some risks, but then at the same time, if you can handle those risks, and you know you're always aware of what's gonna happen next, then 100%. Because you can make some money. Do you get what I mean? There's opportunity in everything you do, not just selling shoes. But for me, I had the passion to sell shoes before I even started selling them. So yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. What was the capital that you started with for the trainer?
You know what it is? You don't. When I say you need a capital, you don't need that. It depends on what type of approach you're gonna take. So you could be purchasing one shoe at a time. You know, buying one, selling it, buying one, or you could buy like 5 shoes at a time, 10 shoes at a time. So it really depends. And each shoe, like for Jordans, then they're priced between 90 to 150 pounds. For Yeezys, which are a bit more expensive, minimum 180. But then the sliders are like 70. So it depends on how. It depends. That's why I mean, like anyone can do it. Because all you need is, if you've got £100 in your bank account, you can literally start from there. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of patience as well.
So you can get those easy sliders then?
For £70, and you can easily sell them for what, 150, 170? Easy.
Okay. There's those easy sliders like a cone that go
Yeah,
around your shoe.
It's
your
the
foot.
bulky one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the big bulky. It's like a web. It's like a cocoon.
Oh yeah.
And your foot goes in there.
Yeah.
You can get those ones.
You can get those ones are a bit more. Those are like, I believe they're a bit more. But you see, for those, you don't really see many people wearing them. Well, I haven't. So the demand for them isn't that high.
So I was gonna get a pair.
Yeah.
So if you could get a pair, you could call me. I take size 14.
You're size 14.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I met a football player the other day. Yeah. And then we was talking, and then he's a size 16, and he wants me to help him get his shoes. And I'll be honest, it's not a struggle. I know I can do it, but it takes a lot more time, especially
It's
for
patience, isn't it?
patience. Because usually, like, I used to play basketball a lot, so I sell to basketball players sometimes as well. But no one big, like people in the area and whatnot. And I used to, like, finding shoes for them was, you know, it was a bit of a mission sometimes, but I was dedicated. Do you know what I mean?
Do you have any links overseas, like in the States?
Yeah,
Because-
I have links in Dubai.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, because Dubai,
I
I
had to go
went
there
the
in winter,
best.
actually.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, if you had links in America or somewhere, then that would be a good person to say,
Yeah,
what if
yeah.
you got those kind of things and stuff? You say it's time consuming. How many hours a day do you reckon you spend doing that?
I mean, it depends. You know, with reselling, it all depends on how much time you're willing to put in. Because me, I've spent hours in a day researching. Yeah, researching if the shoe will sell, on how if you can predict the hype on the shoe, if you know people are gonna want it. So, really and truly, it all depends.
Okay. That's interesting. So you used to play basketball then?
Yeah, a few years ago.
And how was your journey playing basketball? Did you love it? Why did you give up?
I wouldn't say I gave up. I think I got busy, and then not my love for the sport was dying, but I just became not lazy, but more money motivated than, you know, athletic, more like, you know, on the sporty side of things. So I still do play it occasionally, but not as much as before.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What does the future hold for you?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't want to sound cocky or arrogant, but I feel like at my work rate now, and my age and stuff, and like what a lot of people do say to me is that I do see myself as successful, but on a humble thing, I do put in the hard work. So, you know, hard work, you'll get a good outcome, and I feel like that's with everyone.
Where can people find you if they want to try and?
You can go on my Instagram
What's your Instagram?
at 80kicks, so 80kicks. TAXICKZ.
See, that's a true professional. He knows how to say it and how to do it. Well, it's been a great interview.
Thank you very much, man.
Before we go, at Taxi Chronicles, we believe in sharing a gift. You have just done that, so we thank you. We shared a gift by talking our life experience so far. If the world was in front of you and you had to give them one sentence of advice, what would that
we're going to be here for a few minutes. No, you know what? I think, for me, patience is key. And I strongly believe that, because at certain times, at certain points in my life, I had no income coming in, but I wasn't worried because I always had patience. But then there was times in my life where, even though I was bringing money consistently, and I'd say I had a good few months in a row, I still was patient, because I said, you know what, I am prepared for it to go. Do you get what I mean? And have a bad month next month, for example. So I think patience is key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
Thank
and
you.
we wish you well. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.